Is Calanthea a notorious plant that is made to die? Yes. Did I manage to buy 2 of them? Also yes. Oh my goodness, I can already see the future. I'm not good at reading, I'm just good at hoarding. Hello Jazzy, today is Thursday, which is so random to film, but I feel really bad for missing like at least 3 weeks of filming now, just because I'm in a really, low functioning stage of my cycle, whether that's period cycle or life cycle. And also when you were dwindling, I was dwindling. So when you came back, I just didn't have the discipline to come back, but I came back now. And as you can see, I went on a little shopping haul with Xavier for our little hangout. And I didn't film anything because I just assume most of my friends don't want to be filmed, especially if it's Xavier. I probably think he's the last person who wants to be in a YouTube video. But I'll show you what I've got. So first we went to a plant nursery, and they have little trinkets there too. There was scarf, very beautiful blue scarves that I wanted to buy, but it was like 40 bucks. And then there was a very beautiful green hourglass, like a 15-minute hourglass, also very lovely, and it was about $26. But then at the end of the day, I bought these 2 because together they make $26, and I feel like that's a much better investment. I should probably not do this where the dirt can fall, but oh well. Look at this. That's the beauty right here. This was originally a boob that we made into multiple boobs, but now it just looks like a bunch of circles. But these were all the artworks that Jazzy and I made. In fact, this was one of our first video, which was just a time lapse of us trying to paint this pot. And as you can see, this is the remnant of my last Calanthea Freddy. I love them very much, but again, I even asked Reddit what I can do to help keep them alive, but they are notoriously hard to take care of, and they will choose any reason to die. And I don't know why this is dead, but it is. So it's a good buy. I bought this for 14 bucks. Interesting. Well, I bought one of these for 16 bucks, and the other one was half price, because if you want to buy one, you get one half price. So the other one was $8. Okay, the first one, obviously Calanthea Freddy, because I'm in love with this type of plants. Yes, I have told you, I know it is hard to take care of, and I know that it dies very often, but just look at the color of the leaves, look at the pattern of the leaves. These are my favorite pattern. Calanthea Freddy is the prettiest plant that I've ever seen in my life, and I am just obsessed with it, obsessed with it. This one, just like its previous ancestors, go into the boob pot, and it fits just perfectly. Look at that. It said here it is low light. It can grow up to 30 centimeter, and you have to moderately water it, a moderate water requirement. A compact, low growing foliage plant with light green narrow leaves and dark green veins makes a stunning featured plant. Yes, it does. Position: play in a medium to low light position. Now obviously, as you can see from that shelf, it's not the best indirect sunlight, but if you take a look at my windowsill, I would argue that's a very good sunlight position. I did try to put my last Calanthea Freddy there, and it still didn't like it. I'm gonna try again with this new Calanthea Freddy. Soil: prefers a peat-based potting mix which is free draining. I don't know what a peat-based potting mix is. I will find out. But this has a drainage, and if you can see it, I don't know why I'm showing you. I know you know it. There it is, which is so cool. I love it that it became our pot. The second one, this is new. It's a new, well, it's not a new type of Calanthea, but it's the first time that I bought anything other than Calanthea Freddy. And it is called a Calanthea peacock plant. were Calathea macroyana. Again, I think my favorite type of plant is Calathea, which means that I have made my life so much harder because they're so hard to take care of. But you know, high maintenance, dramatic, needs a lot of water, likes to die. I just feel like I relate to it on so many levels. This Calathea looks quite similar to the other one. So I'm trying to show you the difference. Can you see the difference? Yeah. So this is a little bit more circular in terms of the patterns. Round pale green leaves with dark green blotches along the vein and a deep purple underneath. There you go. Position near bright indirect sunlight. So the other one said a medium to low light. So that one can probably take less sunlight than this one. But either way, I'm going to put them by the windowsill now and then move them back here because that's where I put my plants. Watering, water when soil feels dry or plant starts to droop. Keep soil moist but not wet. Watering more in summer and less in winter. And I will be keeping these because I need to know how to take care of my plants later. Let me put this back and then I will tell you about all the books that I buy when Xavier and I went to the book shed. A change in POV. You can see the evidence of my bookshelf, the fact that most of it are, you know, freshly bought, and the binds are not broken yet because I haven't even opened it yet, which I am guilty of. And I have borrowed library books that I haven't finished, but you know what can I do now? I can't return the books. I did buy books with Xavier at the book shed and it was amazing. You walked in and the first section was the classic section, which was great. And so I'm just gonna go through what we bought. So the first classic book that I saw was Plato, The Last Day of Socrates. I asked Xavier because he's an avid reader, especially of philosophy, and I asked him if Plato was a palatable philosopher. And he said, nobody can be more palatable than the Greeks. But then he sort of backtracked and he was like, Aristotle was kind of hard to read. But this is Plato about Socrates. No Aristotle mentioned, so I hopefully should be saved. The next classic book I found was Virginia Woolf, The Voyage Out. From the blurb, it said that this was her first novel, and that piqued my interest because we all started with something, and I think the first book, the first published book, says a lot about the trajectory of your writing and who you are as a person, and see the way it changes, especially for Virginia Woolf, because the theme that she addressed in The Voyage Out and the way she addressed it was a very different portrayal than her other masterpieces. So that is what I really want to read, so I bought it. And then I was very content with 2. Xavier had on him about 4 books. Then I was like, oh, I'm winning. Then we stopped the autobiographies and biographies books section, and I was like, none of these I would be willing to buy because I already have so many autobiographies. I have 2 of Winston Churchill. One of them is about his time from the 2 wars. One of them is his letters to his wife, and they are thick. I mean, they are big, right? So I was like, I can't buy any books about history or military history, especially. Then I have a biography about Janis Joplin and a biography about Eric Clapton that I bought that I haven't finished. So really, I was so dead set about just looking, not buying. And then I just sort of went, you know, casually, like, unless it's Stephen Fry, you know? If it's Stephen Fry autobiographies, then I've got to go read it. And then he went, okay, well, let's look at the S section. And I so confidently was like, nah. I know if there's a Stephen Fry autobiography, I can smell it. I can sniff it from here, and there's not. And then I leaned down. I kneeled down onto the last shelf of the section, and there it was. A Stephen Fry memoir. And next to it was another Stephen Fry memoir or autobiography, I think. And so I was like, well, what can I do, you know? I saw this one and I was trying to tell myself, no, I can't buy it, because I'm pretty sure his first autobiography was Mope is My Wash Pot, and I would like to read his first autobiography first. And then I found his first autobiography and I was like, well, now I have to buy that. So I bought this and I was like, well, might as well buy this. There is a second one, a Fry Chronicles, which I have a feeling I do have it, or if I don't have it, I must have read it or borrowed it before. So right now I have 2 of his autobiographies and I'm very excited about it. Every time I went to the Elizabeth secondhand bookstore in Fremantle, WA, first thing I check is the classic section. Second thing I check is the biography section for a Stephen Fry book. And I stopped myself from buying Mope is My Wash Pot before, but look at this. I couldn't resist it twice. Can't believe I resisted it in the first time anyway. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I bought it and now I have 2 Mope is My Wash Pot. I really have to check my bookshelf again. But I am confident that I don't have the 2 books that I just bought from Stephen Fry. But yeah, so those are the 4 books that I bought. The total came about $28. So each of these books are only $4 to $5. So I think it's a great deal. Xavier and I both agree that this was a good buy. The plants, a bit expensive, but here, you know, it's a freaking desert, so when they have green leaves, they're gonna have to charge you twice. That's what happens. Overall, really happy. My laptop right now, so I threw away my old charger and my mother convinced me to buy a new charger from Vietnam, but it was like one of those kind of sketchy one, so I think I got scammed, because right now the charger doesn't work anymore. It's not charging my laptop, so I'm gonna have to go to an Apple store in the city to buy a new charger so I can even watch Doctor Who with you. But in the meantime, when I can't watch movies and I need to detox from my screen, I've got plenty of books to read. What else? The video is already too long. I desperately need a haircut, but I am officially kind of on holiday because I don't have to do exams. Very good talking to you, and I'm sorry I didn't post quite often as I should have. I will see you on Friday, Jazzy.